Hello, dear water signs. And finally, this is your reading for the month of May. Welcome if you are new. Welcome back if you are a regular viewer. And I just want to let you know I'm using a new deck today. The Wild Reflections Tarot deck. I literally just got this yesterday. So you are the first community or collective that I'm reading for. I did a reading for myself yesterday. And the first card was the Ace of Pentacles, and the last card was the Ace of Swords. Very interesting. The whole thing is very interesting. So, and this is the back of the deck. So we're going to use this for your reading. So welcome to, and this is the little card that's inside. So welcome to Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. This is your May reading. Took a little time to get here, but we're here. The sides of it are gilded in gold. So I'm just going to put my cards back in here. And we'll start off with Cancer. How is everyone? How are you doing? It's a beautiful day here in New Jersey. So yeah, the humidity has subsided until tomorrow, then it's coming back. So we're going right into Cancer. And what does the tarot hold for our Cancer friends for the month of May? Kind of the balancing forces, right? Earth and water. So yeah, let's just see what's going on. Again, hopefully everyone is enjoying their May. We know Pluto has stationed retrograde in Aquarius, but this is good. Right? This is good. I have my shirt. I don't know if you can see. It says peace. Peace at the top. So we're all, in some form or fashion, trying to solve for peace in our lives, right? This is probably why we tune in to readings, why we maybe do some meditation. So, and Pluto retrograde in Aquarius is a good thing. It's asking us to slow down and reflect on the things that really, really matter. And like I said before, this has been an ongoing theme since the beginning of the year. And we have these 5 months where we are really illuminated until October 13th, from May 4th till October 13th. Where we can get really granular, where we can really go deep. And water signs, you're really good at going deep because you guys tend to go very deep. So take a look at what you really want and what you don't, what is working for you and what isn't. So dive into these next 5 months and get some more clarity, right? You get a nice path moving forward. So, again, our Cancer friends, let's see what these cards hold for you. And they're not coming out too quickly. So we'll see what happens. But solving for peace, what does peace mean to you? And how are you solving for peace? Right? Like, what are you doing to have a more peaceful, calmer existence? So here's the thing, if things are not peaceful in your life, and you're resistant to changing them, you're not going to find peace, right? So we have to be open to peace and open to the doors of something new and something unknown. But water signs, I don't know, you guys, once you're ready for the change, I mean, you kind of dive right in, right? Okay, so Cancer, your cards are not coming quite so easily today. I don't know why. So let's continue the shuffle. I just want something to fall out to kind of guide us. And if it doesn't, then we will take this reading and pull, there we go, and start to pull it ourselves. Now, what does Cancer need to know? What does the month of May hold for our Cancer friends? There we go. 7 of Swords. Beautiful card. That's a kind of, these cards are very different. So I will show you. Swords, and in this deck, the swords are illustrated with a bow and arrow. So as a Sagittarius, I kind of like that, right? But here looks like he's ready for protection, but he's not in any imminent. The World face up. Oh. So you have completed a big cycle. 8 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands. Okay. There we go. Once they get started, now they're coming out. We have 2 cards face down. We have the Seven of Swords, the World, 8 of Pentacles, 4 of Wands. You have a lot to celebrate, or a lot of celebration coming your way. Let's see if anything else wants to pop out for our Cancerian friends. Okay, that's it. On the root of the deck, 2 of Pentacles. Look at this. She's just riding her bike on the path right next to the ocean. And she's riding with no hands. Just very at ease, balancing, right? Creating harmony and balance in her life. So she has no trouble solving for peace. So I would just say. 2 of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles. This is my first card yesterday. Queen of Cups. Just look at the artistry on these cards. Okay, so we'll take it from here. Okay, Cancer. First card is face down, and it is 3 of Swords. Okay. And again, the swords are like arrows, but they have like little sparks, right? So I just got this deck yesterday, and I pulled cards for myself. I have not been through the book for the meaning, so we're gonna learn this together, Cancer. 7 of Swords, and this other card face down, 7 of Cups. Some of you for some of you, I get the feeling that there has been a deceptive relationship. That someone has been telling you things are one way, or that their feelings are one way, but they weren't. And this is Swords, so this is thoughts and perception. And I kind of get the feeling for some of our Cancerian friends that this is not your doing, that someone has talked you into something that wasn't good for you, and that you had a completely bad experience to the point where you're feeling really guarded. You're like, okay, you're not in any imminent danger, but you expect something to happen. So you have your bow there. You even have your bow loaded with the arrow. So some of you, I feel like you've been through a really tough emotional time. Although swords are with your thoughts and your logic and how you perceive things. For some of you, I think you've been through a really tough emotional time, to the point where you felt really on edge. I'm going to say guarded again. You felt really on edge, or where you haven't been able to trust yourself. So let me know if this is really resonating, because this is a strong feeling that's coming in. And again, this is a general reading for your sun, moon, and rising, and your Venus. This is coming in very strong for some of our Cancerian friends, to where you could not tell the difference between reality and illusion. Some of you, this is going to go back to, we are in, Pluto is retrograde. Some of that is going back and doing some shadow work. Some of that shadow work will be going back to your childhood, or to a past time where things were not good, and instead of healing it or dealing with it or getting the lesson from it, we just kind of continued to march forward in life, because this is what we're taught, right? If we're not taught how to lean into our intuition and into our emotions, we're kind of taught to move forward. So some of you may have lost faith in your own ability to judge what is true and what is not. And you've been doing a lot of work. Eight of Pentacles, right? You have decided to become the master of your life. You've done a lot of work, and the world, like, you've learned a lot. You're coming to the end of a cycle. So some of you, this is very fresh, almost to, I don't know if it's therapy, or you're coming to the end of, like, you've been doing all this work to heal yourself, and you're coming to the end of it, and you need a break. So don't be afraid to take a step back and get some rest. If you have worked so hard that I don't even know if some of you realize what you've been through. And for some of you, that's going to be a big moment when you actually realize, and maybe it's when with this World card, you start to realize what all you've been through, or what someone has put you through, or someone has put upon you. And you just kind of fall in. This is a surrender moment. You're no longer fighting. You're no longer in fear. You're no longer in protection mode. You've already done the work. Or you're in the middle of the work, and then this is what's coming next. Just surrendering. Because it's in, I said this at the beginning, in order to solve for peace, we can't keep doing what we've done. We have to do something different. We cannot resist a new path. And maybe you're tired of resisting, and you're finally deciding, no, wait a minute. I need to do something different. I need to stand up for myself, and I need to work on my life for me. And when you do that, joy and happiness and true, authentic friends, people who are aligned with your vision of life, are going to show up for you. The surrender moment, if it's not here, it is coming. It is coming very soon. And what once felt hard and uncertain is now in the process of surrendering, of building your life your way. And when you find your community, balance becomes easier. Like there's a, you know, this is a dark, stormy sky. And there is sunshine in the back. There are beach umbrellas, there are beach seats. She's no hands, a little basket on her basket, on her bike, and she's easily balancing, finding balance and harmony when we let go of resistance, when we let go, and when we start to surrender. This is what I was talking about at the very beginning of our reading, Cancer. So thank you for letting that message come in as it is. A new life is waiting for you, and it's coming in, and it's already started. It started in this moment when you said, okay, this isn't working. I'm surrendering. It started in this moment. Then the ground underneath became very fertile. You have to go through these, and then all of a sudden, and look at the green element around this, right? This is, and Pentacles are associated with the element of earth, and we are in an earth sign now. But green is also the heart chakra in yoga, in the chakra system. So loving onto yourself. This happens when you surrender. When you surrender to solve for peace. And I did not even plan on wearing this shirt today, so it's funny how this works out. So you're coming into it, Cancer. You're finally coming into it. And once you do that, Queen of Cups, like, this is you. And how amazing that the Queen of Cups shows up in the water sign. This is you. When your card shows up, when you show up in this reading, this is a powerful message for you. Your archetype is ready to just take ownership. You started with this, Cancer. You started with this, and look at where you're going. The darkened sky, the arrows piercing your heart. Now, even look at the body language. Her arms are around her shoulders. Her shoulders are rounded forward, protecting the heart because it is in so much pain. And now look at her arms are spread out. And she's literally carrying her life in her hand, right? She's getting to decide. You came from this. You started here, Cancer. And this is where you're going. This is where you're going. This is what's unwinding for you in the month of May. Now, the shell can also represent the spiral, which is now I have not read the book. You know what? Let me pull this out. And let me just see if it says anything about the spiral in this. Because like I said, I have not read the book. And although they tend to be very general, sometimes not so much. Which is why when I find decks like this, because in the traditional Rider-Waite, the Queen of Cups is holding a chalice and she's on her throne, and she's kind of floating on the water. And this, like, she's dancing around the water. There's a little more freedom in this. So let me just see what this says. Carrying a supportive nature brings, suitors. Let me see. Okay, it does not say anything about the spiral. Intuition, trust your intuition. Trust yourself. Again, you're going from here to here. I do want to pull for you. A mermaid. No, I don't want to pull that card. I'm sorry. I want to pull a card from the Nature's Healing deck. That's what I want to pull for you. Going a little differently, a little off script today, but that's okay. My whole day has been off script. Did not do my typical, today's Wednesday. I did not do my typical Wednesday. So this is the Nature's Healing Oracle. I used this book and these cards for the Pluto reading, for the general Pluto reading, Pluto retrograde reading. But I just kind of feel like I need to pull a card for you guys out of this deck. So this is for our Cancerians. I love how you're going from like this protected broken heart to free-spirited, because you just decided to surrender. And if you look, and it could just be the artistry, these look like the same woman. I mean, maybe it's just the artistry. Like I said, I've just got the deck yesterday. It looks like the exact same woman. Maybe it is, maybe it's not. I don't know much about the creator of the deck or the artist. But just as looking at these cards, and sometimes I like to go into new decks without knowing a whole lot, just leaning into it on my own. So let's pull your card out here from Nature's Healing Oracle, Cancer, and let's just see what's happening here, because you've come, well, you know, the world like full circle, right? So you've come full circle, but you've completely gone from being sheltered and shut down to being like open and just owning your own self. Okay. Your herb is anise, and it says, what does it say? Fertile imagination. My imagination is the key to my future. Fertile imagination. My imagination is the key to my future. Let me just pull it out of the book. And see what this says. Okay. These don't, okay. This is going to be fun. These do not go in any type of order. Bear with me. I'm so sorry. And there's not even let me see if there's a key in the back. Okay, let me see if I can find this. This is not making itself known. Here it is. Anise was originally a weed that grew wild in hot, dry climates. The oil's delightful taste is used to flavor pharmaceuticals, confections, toothpaste, licorice candy, and alcoholic drinks. I'm sorry, there's an airplane flying over. Homeopathy, in homeopathy, it is known as illicum, which is made from the star anise plant. It is used for treatment of flatulence, rumbling stomach, and colic in babies. It assists in the healing of pain in the rib cage from coughing and is a remedy useful in aging asthmatics who have suffered long and taken large quantities of medicine. So, the esoteric meaning, fertile imagination, the divinatory significance of anise is a developed imagination. With this, we are able to create the reality around us that gives us the things we want and desire. Imagination helps us to move to the next step in life. So, you had to discern what was real and what was not. And when you couldn't, you decided just to surrender and let it all happen. So allow your imagination to guide you into this next phase, because this is a beautiful phase for you coming up. Again, as your reminder, Cancer, you're going from this to this. So, yeah, let me know how that works for our Cancer friends. That's like a leap of faith, although leap of faith did not come out. This is kind of a leap of faith moment for our Cancerian friends. So Cancers, let me know how this is for you. And we'll go on to our Scorpios. Right, a little slightly darker on the water element. Very psychic. Very private. And I say this all the time because Scorpions they tend to be very private. They can get their feelings hurt very quickly, but they also love with everything that they have. So, if they've got bitten or hurt, then they get very protective. So let's see what cards come out for our Scorpion friends. Okay, so Scorpio, what does the month of May hold for our Scorpion friends? Okay, so the water signs are taking a little time for this. When I pulled cards yesterday I did a reading for myself, they came out fairly quickly, but maybe that's just because the deck was fairly new. And what I do is when I get a new deck, I put it out in the sun, let the sun cleanse it, or you can put it next to a selenite, or you can use sage to cleanse it. And then this morning I burned sage, and then I burned, because that clears all the energy. So you want to then infuse it with energy. So I used dragon's blood incense, and that is to help promote your psychic awareness and your intuition and your self-connection. So that's why I chose that, because these are divination cards. So obviously I want my Ace of Pentacles. It jumped up face up and then landed back inside the deck. So Ace of Pentacles is your first card. So a lot of new beginnings. Again, this was my first card yesterday, which was very interesting. So again, Ace of Pentacles. So you've already done some work, Scorpio, in order for that ground to start to create new growth. So let's see what else comes up. Here we go. Okay, Nine of Pentacles, Knight of Wands. So Scorpio, are you building I always get the word empire is coming up. Like, are you building your personal empire? Are you building Seven of Pentacles? A lot of Pentacles coming up for you. Are you building a completely new life for yourself that is based on abundance and comfort and even wealth. Because you've gotten Ace of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, Knight of Wands, Seven of Pentacles. Like, and Seven of Pentacles, we'll go into the rest of it. But it's kind of almost like you can't believe what is happening. Like, you can't believe what you're creating for yourself. Like, it's something you've dreamed about, but you didn't know was possible. Right? Is that, I don't know if that's holding true. Then you have Knight of Wands. So, let's see what else comes out for you guys. Because Scorpion, good job, right? Oh, I love this. The Hanged Man. He's doing a headstand. I love it. I knew there's a reason. And the Hierophant, okay. The Hierophant came out for me yesterday. So some of this, Scorpio, I'm getting the feeling of self-belief, or believing back in yourself. If not, this is beyond having faith in your ability to do something. This is a much deeper self-belief. I'm getting the sensation or the feeling. So, see if anything else wants to pop out. If not, we'll go to the root of the deck and see. Okay. On the root, the Devil. Okay, Seven of Swords and Ten of Swords. So let's dive into this, Scorpio, because you've got some stuff here. You've got a lot of good stuff. And again, Ace of Pentacles, whatever you're working on is going to happen very quickly. You go from Ace to Nine straight out of the gate. So whatever it is you're focused on, you are laser focused. You're going straight in. It's almost like you don't even see the world around you, or you may be neglecting those by you. So make sure that you're giving time to your friends and family as you are so focused on your goal. This is coming quickly. Knight of Cups, Knight of Wands. And this is a dream. I don't know if it's a dream. This is a vision or a desire that you've been carrying around for a long time. And you didn't think it was, I get the feeling you didn't think it was possible, and we'll get to that in the Seven of Pentacles. You've been carrying this with you for a very long time. For some of you, it could be years or even decades. And now you're kind of starting to trust, right? If they're on the boat, he's got his little pup, right? And they're on the lake, and I guess it's a little rowboat. Is trusting now in his intuition to guide him to the next thing, or to guide him into here, because you have the Seven of Pentacles. And just in looking at this card, I get the sense that, like, it's maybe a little overwhelming, or again, like, you can't believe, like, you've created from this little thought to this passion and desire that you were able to create the garden of abundance for yourself. And she has, what are these here? And she's got birds, and these are all, the flowers are sunflowers that you can't believe that all the work that you've done, like, has actually paid off. It's actually like you've actually accomplished it. So some of you, this might come up as a surprise. All of a sudden, like, everything will turn in your favor. And I love the Hanged Man with the Hierophant. The Hanged Man, again, always the yoga reference, right? Standing on his head, allowing the energy to see things from a different perspective. Getting in touch with his crown chakra and what the foundation is of his beliefs. And so, for some Scorpions, you could have been disconnected, or life gets busy and we don't always concentrate on everything. And sometimes we forget the foundations of our beliefs. And this is a belief in yourself. This is not, again, this is beyond having faith in yourself. Like, yeah, oh, I can do this. Like, oh, yeah, I can do a headstand. No, it's much greater than that. You can build your empire. You're leaning back and finding that there is untapped faith, full belief in yourself and your abilities. And you're going back into the foundations, maybe from a kid, where kids think anything is possible. And then we grow up and then we are hit with all these things in life. And then we think nothing is possible. You're leaning back into your your unconscious self or the subconscious self. And this, he's leaning into the buffalo, but this could be him leaning into, again, his higher consciousness. And this could be like what has pulled you away from this, because you have the devil, right? So we're attached to things, but we're blind. This one, it's a blind attachment. We can't even see what has pulled us off course. What has pulled us off course from this and this. So part of your healing is going to be recognizing what has pulled your focus or your attention away. What have you been giving yourself to, or who, that you woke up one day and you said, wait, this is not what I want. This isn't working for me. I don't want to be, again, seven of swords, right? I don't want to be standing on the edge of uncertainty. And for some of you, it could be mind games. I get the feeling there's been somebody who's been playing mind games with you, much on a higher level than the Three of Swords and the Seven of Cups that came up for Cancers. This is almost a sense of a manipulation for you guys. And you pulled yourself out of that. And this reading, I almost feel like these cards, although they were the root cards on the root of the deck, this is where your journey began. And this, right, is where you're going. You began here with deception, uncertainty, always being on the edge, to this. You're once you start moving, Scorpio, you're not going to stop moving. You're going to go very quickly, because you realize all of this kept you small. Now, it could be a part of you that wasn't ready for this kind of success, and this is success in a major way. There could be some aspect of you, either a shadow aspect, or just in general, you were not ready for this. So you allowed this in, not consciously, right? But in some space, we all kind of land here. We give our focus and attention off to things that are not right for us because we're in resistance, right? Or we feel like we are not deserving, or we have separated from our ability to tune into our higher self and to lean into that which we know. So you start here. And then you land back home to yourself. So you're coming back home to you, Scorpio. Yeah, you've had to live here for a little while, right? You've had to live in all of these mind games. And then once you realize, wait, and it could be, Scorpio, that some of you are playing your own mind game with yourself. Although this is very much an air sign quality. You yourself could have been playing mind games with yourself, keeping yourself small, being unready, being uncertain, thinking that this is as good as it gets. I'm just going to let myself sit here. The realization is going to come, and you're going to land here. Great job, Scorpio. I want to pull for you. Oh, this reading is going completely off compared to all the other readings, and that's just how it goes. The Goddess Guidance deck. We'll pull a card out of here for our Scorpion friends. And again, I just do what Spirit tells me. No idea. So let's see. And this is another Doreen Virtue deck. Although I told you before, I mentioned before that she no longer does these decks. And now she completely puts down the work that she did that gave her a name. You know, she's changed paths. And she's also asking people to send back to her the decks that they paid for. I'm like, no, I paid for them. Unless you were going to pay me back, no. Isolde, undying love. The love you have shared is eternal regardless of the situation. So let's see. That's just a side note about Doreen Virtue. I mean, we're all on our own journey, and most of us change, right? We evolve. But if you have any of her things, keep them, unless if you don't want to use them anymore. Okay, the love you share is eternal, regardless of the situation. When it comes to the matters of the heart, your help is here. It's all around you and also inside. Your inner wisdom may seem quieted by any pain that you feel, yet be assured that the healing you're undergoing is swift and efficient. We are feeling completely detached from love here, for sure. And we're starting to let the element of love come in here. Right? Our best friend. Let me see. Be assured that the healing you're undergoing is swift and efficient, and you truly are healing from the outside, from the inside out, rather. First, your heart must heal from its grief, loneliness, and any feelings of betrayal. And again, I still think you've been betraying yourself, Scorpio. I could be wrong, but you'll have to let me know if you can. So this can take some time, so be patient with yourself. Treat yourself as you would with any ailing person, with caution, gentleness, and tenderness. Next, get yourself out into the world, right? He's taking his time. He's on a rowboat, right? He's not on a motorboat. He's taking his time. He's getting out from this darkness into the world. Nature is a great healer. That's why I'm frequently amidst the flowers and the trees. Although they may seem quiet on the outside, they're quite talkative when you breathe and simply ingest their magical tones in conversation. Spend time amongst the forest and trees, as well as the plants and animals. Again, it's all here. Forest, trees, plants, the pup. And you will regain your foothold upon this planet. You'll revive your sense of spirit, which is, right, reviving our sense of spirit. And your desire to tread among the living things once again. I promise you that your heart will mend, and that you will also help others in this fashion along the way. So healing your heart. And again, I'm getting the feeling that some of you have broken your own heart or misled yourself or allowed yourself to be led astray by some thoughts. That's my take on it, Scorpio. I hope you have found this helpful. If you have questions about this or any of the cards, reach out. I'm always here to help you a little further. So let's put all these back. And we will go to our Pisces. I know, our Piscean friends, right? The last sign of the zodiac. Oh, and that's like coming full circle. We've learned everything. They are the wisest ones in the zodiac, in my opinion. Because they're taking on all the, all the wisdom that everyone else has learned, now Pisces is taking on, right? So what does the month of May hold for our Pisces? And again, this is Sun, Moon, Rising, and your Venus placement. So Pisces, what does the merry month of May hold for you? So remember, May starts off in Taurus, and then it transits into Gemini. So probably why a lot of swords are coming up, right? Because Gemini is the swords. It's an air sign, it's the swords. And we've got a lot of pentacles, which of course is an earth, which is Taurus. So let's see what else comes up here for our Pisces friends. Now I'm going to face down. Let me move this out of the way so you can see. So I can see. Two cards face down. Okay, so our water cards are taking a little time today. I'm not in any rush. Let's just take our time. I'm sitting in the energy of Pluto, which is very good for our water signs, right? A little retrograde. They're like, yeah, okay, let's slow things down. Let's enjoy life. Okay, so far, Pisces, your cards are all face down. No one has popped out. Here we go. Page of Cups. So, of course, the first card face up would be a water sign. Let's see what this Page of Cups is holding for you. Okay, here we go. Again, the World card has come back. The Chariot, Nine of Wands, Knight of Cups. Okay, that's pretty good. Nine of Cups. Check that out. Complete fulfillment. That's the root of the deck. So this is the whole leader, King of Pentacles. Wheel of Fortune. So a turning point coming. So okay. Pisces, your cards are a little on the mysterious side, and I say that because they are face down, most of them. So you have two major arcana so far, the World and the Chariot. We have three cards face down to start, four, so let's start up. The Sun, Page of Wands, and you also have Page of Cups, Two of Wands. Look at this. So Pisces, I think you're creating a little magic here. I think some of you have been working on something that you haven't really been sharing with people. That's a feeling I get, like you've been working on something behind the scenes or under the surface that you haven't been sharing, but you're going to be sharing it very soon. It's like, okay, now I'm ready to share my ideas. I mean, there's a gong. Let's hit the gong, right? The announcement of heralding, some news that you're ready. I think this is something you're ready to share with people that you haven't been. So that's where this Page of Wands comes in. Generally, the pages are messengers, but I think you are holding the message, Pisces. I'm getting the feeling Pisces is holding the message. And whatever you're working on or have been working on behind the scenes, you're ready to start announcing. This is really exciting. And it's taken you a while, though, to decide how am I going to present this. And she's in her little chair. Or I guess that's a bicycle, another bicycle with a basket. The other one had a woven basket. This has a wireframe basket. So you've been deciding a little bit how are you going to present this to the world. Let's just see. Temperance, yeah. Balance. You have temperance balancing, night and day. And you have the Chariot. So, Two of Wands. This is all about balance. When you feel balanced and harmonized within your own self, to put this out there. Again, major arcana. This is Sagittarius energy, right? But of course it is. Page of Cups. You have the Sun with the gong. You have the Page of Cups. So now you're ready to put something. I really like to know what the Pisces community has been working on. This could be something coming to you, but I don't think so. I think this is something you're putting out into the world, or this is a new innovative idea that's going to take you very far. You've meditated on this. I mean, you have learned a lot about whatever skill it is that you're honing in on. And you've kind of let this passion simmer, right? Like you've been working really hard. Again, I think there's a lot of behind the scenes work here, Pisces, that you've been doing, that you're going to start putting out into the world. And now you're ready to make your announcement. So when this is going to happen, I don't know if you're going to make this announcement or put this out there in May. But this is coming because you're still, again, both of these cards are about balance. This Temperance is creation, it's alchemization. It is getting a strong footing, balancing between two elements or two worlds. And the Chariot is moving forward, knowing where you're going, moving forward a little quickly. So maybe if you feel like you've been moving too quickly, Pisces, you're going to take a step back and say, hold on, let me get my footing again. Right? I've already thought about it. I'm ready to illuminate. I'm ready to put things out. I'm ready to make my announcement. And I love how on these wands, they're all sparkly, right? There's like little magic fairy dust around. And even in the tree, see the world, right? Like the world is, right? The world is waiting for her to say yes. The world is completely illuminated for you at this time. Even with the cups though, right? Like he's got something very special that he is presenting out. It's almost done. It's almost ready, right? We're at the nines. We're almost at the completion. And Knight of Cups is saying, trust yourself. Like this is, look, it's a game of chess. Like trust yourself. Like this is your game. This is your thing. You make your move when the time is right. This is all about timing for our Piscean friends. Because Pisces, you're getting very, very comfortable with yourself. You're just finally allowing yourself to relax into life. And to be relaxed enough to be seen. Because Pisces don't always Pisces don't always let themselves be fully seen. So for some of you, this is going to be a revelation of some vulnerability maybe. Because it takes a lot of vulnerability to put out into the world what you've been working on, right? What you've been doing behind the scenes. Again, the world is there waiting to make your announcement. It's a very vulnerable moment, and you're getting very, look at this. I just love this. She's the mermaid. She's the embodiment of Pisces. She's allowing herself to be seen. She's turning the wheel in her favor. She's deciding how she turns the wheel of fate for herself. And she's gathered a lot of wisdom. She or he has gathered a lot of wisdom. And you see he's steering the boat, but this boat, the steering wheel is the sunflower, right? Always guided. Where are we going here? always guided by the sun. Because you know, sunflowers, during the day, they turn to face the sun. And as the sun moves, the sunflower turns to follow the sun. So he knows he's fine. He's been following the sun, the internal compass, for a long time. He's learning that, or he has learned that this is my game. I get to decide when to make my moves. I know I have this big old sunflower guiding me. I know that I can turn my face up to the sun and know exactly who I am. Because I am in charge of my own destiny. Pisces. You have a lot going on, Pisces. What's your secret? What are you going to tell us? Let's pull out a Mermaids and Dolphins card for our Piscean friends. But Pisces, what are you putting out there? You started off here and you ended here. And no surprise, right? You followed the sun, allowing the sun to guide you, allowing yourself to be vulnerable enough to be fully seen. That's a seal. So this is the Mermaids and Dolphins deck. It's a beautiful deck. There is, what is the back of the cards? And again, another, mermaid on here. And you've got the mermaid as the 9 of Cups. So wish fulfillment, right? Dreams coming true. But you're the one who has been working on your dreams, Pisces. You are making your own dreams come true. Right, again, where did he go? You're creating or fulfilling your own wishes. That's so lovely, Pisces. That's so lovely. So maybe you share with the world like how you're doing it. Right? Or help others. Be that inspiration for others who are sitting in that place of resistance. Say, no, like you can do it. And this is what I did. And now look at me. I turned the wheel of fate in my favor. I didn't wait for the wheel to turn. I turned it all by myself. I was in charge of my own destiny. So let's see what these cards hold for the Mermaids and Dolphins for our Piscean friends. And Pisces, you have set your sights higher, increase your standards, and expect more for yourself. Don't settle. And of course, the King of Pentacles has higher, he does not settle. He doesn't settle for anything less than. And neither does our 9 of Cups, right? Look at her. I just love this card. Probably one of my favorite cards that I've seen so far in this deck. So set your sights higher, Pisces. Okay, increase your standards and expect more for yourself. Don't settle. This card indicates that you've been trying to rationalize that some situation is okay when it isn't. You've settled for less than you desire and for much less than you deserve. You don't need to compromise. Heaven will help you heal or will replace troubling situations in your life. All you need to do is ask for help and then adhere to the guidance that results. Take time today to visualize and dream about your true heart's desires. Don't worry about being disappointed. You deserve a great life and you have the power and the help to accomplish it. And we know you have the power because you've been working on it behind the scenes. So maybe this kind of temperance imbalance is, am I ready yet, right? In the Page, wherever he went to, announces wherever he went. He's here somewhere. Says, no, okay, I'm ready. Take time, see, don't worry about being, you deserve a great life and you have the power to accomplish it. Fear and worries slow down your manifestation, so keep releasing all cares and doubts. You may feel intimidated by moving up to a higher plateau in your journey. However, you have reassurance that you're ready. You're ready, right? You are ready, and you are ready. Reach for the stars. Know that you're qualified and deserving of these gifts, and open your arms to receive them. So reach for the stars and know that you are worthy to receive. So Pisces, that is your reading, and this is for all of our water signs, sun, moon, rising, and your Venus placements. Some of this will carry from one sign to the other as the year goes on because they are the same element and they share the same energy. So take what you need from this. If you have found this helpful or beneficial, maybe you like the video, maybe you subscribe, maybe you share this to a water sign. Again, sun, moon, and rising, or the Venus placement. So that's it for our May readings. I will be back on we have our full moon in Scorpio coming up. So until next time, everyone, sending you light and love, and I'll see you next time. Have a great week.